Enate's robotic service orchestration platform enables seamless, SLA-driven work handoffs between human or digital workers. It combines lightweight BPM and workflow capabilities to bind together all human team members or automation technologies into one framework. Enate drives up efficiencies, reduces turnaround time, and improves governance across the end-to-end customer lifecycle. In this demo, we take you through a simplified KYC process for India region of Bank of People, where a customer raises a request through an email. In this demo, we have 5 actors. Andy is a processor and a team manager. Jim, a human team member. Digital workers in the team are Alpha, a UiPath bot, Marvin, an Uno bot, and Abby, an OCR engine. These digital workers work alongside Andy and Jim to deliver various tasks along the end-to-end service cycle. The orange blocks in the diagram are what we call as steps. Steps are logical groupings of different types of activities or tasks in the process. Under each step, we have various tasks that are performed by multiple agents. Digital workers in the process can be interchanged with other bots. For example, RPA bots such as Automation Anywhere, UiPath, Uno, Blue Prism, Softomotive, and other RPA vendors. They can be swapped or mixed for the best business outcomes. You can also plug and play multiple OCR, artificial intelligence, and machine learning bots at different points in the process to deliver end-to-end process automation while controlling and managing it all centrally. In this example, the extract via OCR is an Abby task, which processes a digital document and passes the extracted data into an Excel for the Uno bot for further processing. Let us log in as Andy, who's a team manager. On the top right-hand side, Andy can see all the team members working with him. Each team member has a donut next to them, which indicates the number of work items that individual is working on at that point in real time. On the bottom right corner of the screen are unassigned work items across different queues that have not yet been picked up by any resource for processing. On the left-hand side, we can see the bot members of Andy's team. Andy has 2 bots working along with his human team to complete work. Andy, as an operations manager, can select any bot just like a human team member and see what each of them is working on in real time. He can see what tasks are in the bot queue, when each task is likely to finish, how SLAs are looking, and their prioritization order. Managers can choose to change prioritization or pull things back into the human world for processing. Currently, there are 7 items and 3 hours of work remaining, after which the bot team will be idle. Enate helps Andy to plan work and think about what else to automate with his spare capacity. Enate is bot agnostic, and multiple bot farms can report to Andy. In this example, there is an Uno bot farm and a UiPath bot farm. Enate is themed into green, amber, and red across the work area. Green indicates work items due in the future, amber indicates due today, and red is where currently work is running behind SLAs and is overdue. The bars represent the total number of work items in different queues. The line items in the left bottom grid are the work items that Andy and his team have responsibility for. Each line item represents a piece of work, and the RAG status reflects on their due dates in the grid. How work comes into this grid is through various input channels, like emails, forms exposed on the web, chatbots, or from any upstream business system. When Enate receives work through any of these channels, it picks it up and brings it in as a standardized, structured piece of work with a due date against it. In Enate, you can configure due dates by simple business rules, and where possible, Enate can auto-categorize work and allocate it to the right team automatically. Enate thus gives you a standardized view of work to be delivered across your business. Andy moves to his inbox to work for the day and hits on the pull from the queue button to get work. Enate assigns the next most business-critical piece of work into Andy's inbox. Andy now sees the piece of work which is running for the Bank of People for the India geography. He can see all essential data, such as due date and time spent, all the incoming and outgoing emails, and all relevant process data for this work item. The first activity is request documents, which is a send email and wait action where Enate sends out a pre-configured email requesting for documents to the customer. As soon as the requester replies with the required documents, Andy verifies everything is in order and advances the case for processing. With this, the first task is complete, and the second task, extract via OCR, is now launched and available for processing by Abby. On this activity, if the documents do not require any human validation, then extract via OCR activity is auto-completed by Abby, and extracted data is uploaded to the next Uno bot for further processing. In this demo, the PDF is not very clear, and Abby needs a human to validate the documents. It may be due to various scanning issues such as low-quality DPI, handwriting, or poor brightness. Enate allows the agent to correct the necessary details, which are highlighted in red, and then the extracted data is uploaded into the file section down below. Here, Andy validates the data and marks this activity as complete. The second task, OCR activity, is now complete. The next task, verification and screening, is launched and assigned to a bot farm, where an Uno bot reads the attached data and after validating documents, starts to verify the customer details. Bot Marvin now picks it for processing. Marvin goes through the work item and confirms details with the attached documents from the file section. After performing verification and screening through internal databases, it updates the details to Jim for further processing. Here's the task list. Verification and screening activity is now complete. The next activity is risk analysis, where a human must provide a recommendation to outline the customer's risk level to the bank. Jim logs in as the processor and analyzes the request and completes the task. The next activity is account setup, where, after evaluating the customer, UiPathBot sets up the user account in the underlying ERP. With this, the account setup activity is now complete. And the last activity, customer onboarding, is now launched. Bot Marvin picks that work item. You can see that Marvin is busy integrated while processing. Now Marvin updates all the data points of the activity into an Excel file for further processing and completes the activity. With this, we have now completed all the activities in the process. The Communication tab highlights all the inbound and outbound communication exchanged during the processing of this request with external and internal stakeholders. The Timeline tab shows the complete history of the end-to-end process. It includes when the piece of work came in, who all worked on it, what communications were exchanged, handling time for each task, changes that were made, and provides all the data necessary for audit and compliance reviews. It also feeds into the productivity and utilization metrics for the business to understand and drive operational excellence across the service. Queues are competencies or skill groups. They connect resources to work buckets. In this view, there are 4 queues, and there's a customer identification program queue and a customer due diligence queue. We can group similar work items for multiple processes into a queue. The customer identification program queue here has 2 individuals, Andy and Jim, who are authorized to any work items in it. We can add Andy and Jim to multiple other queues, and team owners can move resources around as needed depending on workload. When a resource is available for work, Enate checks across all the queues they are authorized to work from and gives them the next piece of work that's most critical from an SLA perspective across all the queues they are a part of. Ports in Enate are configurable depending on business needs. They are broadly classified into 4 groups. Day-to-day operational reports are a real-time view of your business. These cover items such as workload volumetrics, timeliness, trends, turnaround times, actual handling time. Utilization and productivity reports cover team, process, and individual productivity and utilization metrics. Automation potential reports are reports which guide what automation technologies to invest in, suggested tasks to automate next, and possible savings by doing so. Finally, bespoke or custom reports are ones that are specific to your business context. These can be configured on Enate's Tableau environment by business analysts as needed. Connect with us to learn more about how Enate's orchestration platform can drive service excellence through clear visibility, governance, and control across your operations.